Working with consultants, and also while you're communicating and brainstorming with your team members, you might hear or come to a conclusion or get a perspective that your clients are only looking to buy outcomes, or they're only looking to buy the so-called value. Therefore, everything else is kind of irrelevant. And in addition to that, you might have also encountered a situation with a client where the client would tell you, well, we're not paying for process, we're paying for results, right? That sort of idea is basically about the same. So we're only looking at particular outcomes. Oftentimes, when you push either the client or your own colleagues, it's really hard for them to pinpoint what are the particular and specific components of that value, or the components that lead to an outcome that are they're actually looking for. In other words, how can we tell whether we have achieved that outcome? How can we tell for sure that we have attained that value? And many a time you will not get a clear-cut answer to that question. And so what many consultants and clients and some of your colleagues, partners, co-owners of the firm don't think about is that the value is often created while you're just attending. So for instance, let's say the psychiatrist, for example, the client that goes to see the psychiatrist would actually extract value and perceive value from the conversation, just from being there, right? Because someone else is there to listen to them, to ask questions, to be present. And so oftentimes these sort of conversations lead to an outcome which could be opposite of the initial outcome that was envisioned. So for example, let's say a client wants to build a website, and then you attend to the client, you spend time with the client, you ask certain questions, and then both of you come to a conclusion that it's not actually the primary objective at the moment. It's not even in client's best interest to get involved in designing that website at this current moment. And so you're actually saving, by having that conversation, you're actually saving the client the trouble, the money, the resources, time, whatever, effort, by providing a different perspective so that the client would come to a conclusion themselves that they don't need the website, at least not right now. When you hear that idea of the outcome, you should be wary that it isn't always the outcome. It isn't always the so-called value that clients are looking for. And oftentimes clients themselves don't really understand completely what they want. So sometimes it's when the project is ill-defined, so it's hard to pinpoint what the value or the outcomes are, right? In these scenarios, talking about outcomes is premature. Allow yourself to have a different perspective on traditional issues, those that are set in stone, so to speak. See you in the next video.